Good evening, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're doing alright, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. Yes, earlier today we had the November Force Wipe Rust rotation, and in this video we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. Okay, I am well aware that you are not enthusiastic with this Rust. I've heard many people kind of talk about disappointment, but if you can understand that we're going to have complete the sets this month, you'd probably understand why we had something like this. Now, I'm well aware of the lack of clothing and armour. I get it. But if you look at last year's Complete the Sets and saw how many skins were accepted and the variety that we had, yeah, things are looking pretty promising. Things are looking very appetising. So be aware of that. Potentially it's next week or the week after we're getting Complete the Sets. I am aware that skin creators aren't supposed to submit skins this upcoming weekend, which would lead me to believe it's going to be next week. Keep your ears open and your eyes open and you get the idea. Anyway, so looking at these skins, we still have to try and figure out what potentially would be a very nice investment, and I'm going to have to talk about the Frost Raider small box. Now, what makes me want to talk about it? Well, of course, we did have the locker. Now, the locker was accepted, and then we started questioning, will we see any more deplorables being produced? Will they be accepted? Well, there you go. Small box appeared. Now, this is comfortably in the positive. I can't help but assume in the future, it will be rising up gradually, graciously, and ever so nicely to even higher prices. But what would also help it out is even more skins being produced. Now, we're looking at this specifically. Are there going to be any more skins being produced? Well, not this weekend, but I do want to bring this up. Some keen-eyed viewers in my stream earlier noticed that if you look at all the pictures in this for the Forest Raider small box, if you look at this one in particular, do you notice it? Do you see it? So we've already zoomed in a bit here. There's a Forest Raiders furnace right there. Now that hasn't actually been submitted yet, and it can't be submitted for a while. But we fully expect that's going to be, released onto the workshop at some point. And of course, eventually, we do expect that it will be appearing in a Rust store. And these two skins, I'm going to greatly appreciate that. So that small box, currently right now, I'm feeling enthusiastic. It is a slightly glow-in-the-dark small box. It's part of the most expensive collection in the game. I feel like by default, it's going to very likely go up in price ever so nicely. Graciously, maybe slowly, but you get the idea, all right? Now, will that still potentially go below its Rust store price? Perhaps. I want to see how much this sells by next Wednesday. This skin right here, it is abnormal. Now, if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, please consider looking at my YouTube. You'll see my most recent video is the Rust Skin Abnormal Barders for November 7. Consider giving that a good watch. Watch the first 5 minutes, understand what's being said, then scroll down, skip ahead to the actual Barders. You'll understand that certain skins do become marketable at an earlier time every single week, and that is one of them. We can put our Barders down, look how much Barders it has afterwards, and then we can question, do we actually want to jump in and invest into it? Let's just say, if we saw Barders going all the way up to about like $1.90, yeah, that looks totally safe to consider buying because it doesn't look like it could go below $1.90 anytime soon. Right then, so you get the idea. That's looking pretty good. It's selling quite a lot. It is the top selling skin so far, but even then, with the potential furnace on the horizon, things are looking promising. So, okay, we got that understood. Looking at these remaining skins, is anything else looking pretty good? I'm going to talk about the greening area double door. Now, I really do feel like we're very likely to be seeing some more sheet metal double doors on the horizon. And by default, you will sit there and say, greening area deplorables aren't exactly holding up very well. Well, I will sit here and say, sheet metal doors this year, we've had tons of them. I'm not surprised to see that suffering. Garage doors, we've seen tons of them being accepted this year. Not surprised to see that's happen. But with sheet metal double doors, even though this is like the year where we've seen the most sheet metal double door skins being introduced, accepted, whatnot, Twitch drops, you get the idea, they're still holding up perfectly fine. Now, I'll show you that when it loads up, so come on, SMD to APP. But in total this year, we've had 19 skins accepted. And I fully believe, at least with Christmas, we'll probably see another one being accepted. So there we go. Now, look at all of them. How many of them are doing terribly? The worst performing one is the recent Halloween Dark Magic Library skin. Give it some time, I wouldn't be surprised if it rises back up to its Rust store price. So if that's the worst performing one by, with negative 25%, I'll scroll down a little bit more. That one's down by 7%. That one's down by 14%. This one's down by 20%. Is that it? Is this it at its worst? The vast majority, perfectly fine. So I'm looking at these sheet metal double doors and thinking, all right, yeah, they seem to be reliable. So with the likes of this here, it's not the top selling skin. I kind of get the feeling it's going to probably at best maybe do around 15,000 subscribers with a very, very, very rough estimate. That's totally fine. That right there, I have to question, do you like the greening area collection? What is being grown behind that door? I have no idea. But anyway, in regards to this, I feel like at the very least, if I had to buy something that was going to retain its value, the double door probably would be a perfectly fine option. So you could approach it with just a buy order. A smart buy order can always lead to some success with some decent profits, understandable. So that is also abnormal, right? This Wednesday, I will be streaming. Look in the description, you'll see links to all my socials, more specifically my Twitch. 9 PM London time next Wednesday. I'll be looking at all these skins and I'll be figuring out prices to offer for all of them. And of course, I'll be approaching that. And it'll probably be one of the things I prioritise because honestly, I think it'll just do perfectly fine. Perfectly fine doesn't mean huge profits, but if it at least retains value and does nicely as time goes on, a smart buy order can always lead to some success. There we go. Cool. All right, cool. Understood. So that seems fairly reliable. Now I want to talk about the likes of the Harbour Seal door. I truly believe this will be going below its rush door price at some point. I can sit there and say it's nice to see that the Harbour Seal collection is growing. Will we see some more skins anytime soon? Well, no, because no one can submit anything for a while. Okay, all right, we'll just take that into consideration. But when people buy skins wanting to make quick flips and whatnot, they get very impatient and they just dump stock. Be careful about that. It's selling nicely at the moment, but if it sells perhaps just a little bit too much, I'm worried. Now, it is abnormal. We can wait until Wednesday. We can make assessments then. But if you like the skin, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. What other Harbour Seal skins will we see? We shall see. Anyway, just be wary. All the sheet metals that we've had so far this year, I'm sure you understand that they're not exactly holding up super great. Now, of course, we had a bit of a very, very, very rare skin accidentally being leaked onto the Rust store last week, which is now super valuable, and you're about to see it in a second. But the vast majority of these sheet metal doors that were accepted, and many of them from notable collections, they've dropped off pretty hard. It's very sad to see, but it's something we have to be very, very wary of. So as much as you can sit there and say, but the Rock did nicely, well, sheet metal doors are different, okay? And here we are. There we go. It took your time. We're getting a Twitch drop as well. Take that into consideration. But look at all of the red. Look at all of that negativity. Look at all of it. And then look at last year as well. It doesn't look like sheet metal doors are very good investments, are they? But it's definitely more of a case of look at the amount that we have in total, then you understand. It's hard for them to keep attention. It's hard for them to keep demand. There's so many other options. People probably prefer to pick out some other things. So it looks cute. It looks silly. That seems to have worked out well for the not so cute door. But we shall see, all right? We can wait till Wednesday. We can be smart about it. It is abnormal. We could do abnormal barders first, then make considerations. I'm not fully confident. That's my answer. So I'll leave it at that. Let's now move on and talk about the likes of the not friendly wooden door. I do believe this is going down in price, but it's nice to see a skin which just outright says, no, I'm not friendly. I'm going to hurt you. Now, of course, it's the counterpart to the I am friendly door, but I can't help but assume we potentially might be seeing more of these skins being produced now. There was many attempts in the past for the I am friendly door, with sleeping bags and whatnot, but I'd love to see garage doors and counterparts, so one for friendly, one for I am not friendly. We'll see which ones get accepted and whatnot. It could lead to a much bigger collection, but there was an attempt for the friendly ones in the past. Just want to clarify that. But wooden doors, I'm very sorry to say wooden doors don't normally hold up very well. Now, funnily enough, with this being accepted today, the I am friendly wooden door did get bought out, cleaned out, quantity disappeared, prices rose because only the higher price listings were remaining. But with this I'm not friendly wooden door, I am concerned. I think it will probably sell a very nice amount, but you have to take this in consideration. How often are you even using a wooden door? Now, it depends on what servers you're playing on and whatnot, but by default, on a normal server, once you've started to upgrade your base, the wooden door's gone. You know, throw it away. Firewood. Look at all these wooden doors, except that one that was still pumped. Down, 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 down to down, 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 down to down, 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 down. No, you very likely will just want to stick with doing a buy order. I'm pretty sure that was nice and straightforward and understandable. So we'll keep an eye on this, but it's definitely going to be a situation where we probably just want to stick with a lower price buy order. But if you like it and you want to support the skin creator, you're more than welcome to go ahead and buy one for yourself. Treat yourself. Okay, cool. Now, looking at the remaining skins, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, I don't really have that much faith in them. I'm going to talk about the titanium door and the large box at the same time. So, in regards to the titanium door, it's a perfectly fine looking skin, but with everything I just talked about, that sheet metal door there, a bit awkward for this one. 2 doors in the same week, yeah, I know, sheet metal doors to be precise. It's a perfectly fine looking skin. It's got an interesting glow in the dark design. It's got like a minimalist approach. But I still can't help but assume it's just not going to hold up very nicely. Now, you could keep an eye on the amount of sales it has. That's something you can do. And yes, potentially we'll see some more titanium skins being made and whatnot. But Again, with all the sheet metal doors that are accepted this year, and so many of them dropping off very badly, with many of them selling at $2.49, awkward. Yeah, I'm not fully confident. And then with the likes of the Oasis Large Box, well, I will sit here and say the Oasis collection does look very nice, looks very pretty, and this does glow on all sides. People will appreciate that. But if you were to look at all the large boxes that came out somewhat recently, and this is going to probably take a while, I see men's a little bit slow, sorry about that, it doesn't look super appealing. But I will sit here and say, at the very least, the cheapest, or rather the skin that's gone to its lowest price out of all the large boxes this year, it's only down to about $1, like $1.05. It's the Chalk Menace one. Whereas all the other large boxes, they're like comfortably above $1. So a smart $1 barter could still lead to some very nice success. The Oasis collection, unfortunately, consists of a sheet metal door, a garage door, and now this. And of course, the sheet metal door's down in price, the garage door's down in price. Point made. Ultramarine, you're doing good, but Ultramarine collection's in demand. We know that. Frozen Crypt went down. That's awkward. You're doing all right at the moment, but give it time. It's out of season. You just wait. Down 15, down 48, down 30, down 23, down 43, down 12. And as much as you can sit there and say, what if it sells hardly anything? This has only done 9,600 subscribers, the lowest selling one. It's down by the most as well. You can't say that, I'm sorry to say. So we'll see what happens next. It could work out nicely, but again, the Oasis collection, it's not in demand. So I don't have that much faith. And with all of these weapons that we see here by default, as much as they do stand out quite nicely in their own special little way, I'm very sorry to say, but all three of them are very likely going to be a 60 cent to 80 cent barter in the form of, I fully expect all three of them to end up down to or less than $1 at some point. You could pick them up for 60 to 80 cents, and worst case scenario, you can convert it into metal and sell the metal. Yeah. Very sorry to say, but I just know how things are likely to happen with people's behaviour. It is what it is. So, okay, that was very straightforward. I know. Now let's just quickly inform you in regards to what's happening over the course of the next week or so. So, of course, we have Twitch drops. Yes, 4 generic drops and so many very interesting streamer skins right here in front of you. You only have to watch them for 1 hour. Watch them stream Rust on Twitch for 1 hour. Make sure your Steam account's connected to your Twitch account. It's as simple as that. And if you want to get a very good look at all of these skins, please consider watching my most recent Rust Twitch November Twitch drops. There you go. The skin showcase. It's right there in front of you. All right, so that's on my YouTube. I showcase all the skins to the best of my ability, 1 minute each. It's very straightforward and efficient. Consider watching it. And remember, all the chapters for the skins are right there if you want to skip ahead to one that interests you. Sounds good? Perfect. Right. So hopping out of the likes of here, with that going on, I should also point out the first ever backpack skin that's going to be introduced is right there. So look, there you go. Loot Delivery Pack. That is the first backpack skin. And potentially next week or the week after, we very likely will be seeing some marketable backpack skins. Plenty of backpacks right there. So many that I thought, you know what, I'll make a special video showcasing all of them. So over the course of this weekend, I will very likely upload that video. Keep an eye out for the likes of that. And yes, green, white, some of these are definitely focused to trying to be camouflage bags. So I pair them up with the appropriate clothing and we showcase, does it look good as camouflage? Yep, so that'll be a video I'll be uploading over the course of the weekend. And now I'll also sit here and tell you, keep an eye on the commits. Lots of interesting things are being mentioned in the lead up towards the end of this year. So of course, siege weapons still being worked on. They very likely could be ready for December for the Twitch Rivals event. Ooh, I'll talk more about that in a second. Or maybe just in time, ready for the likes of January. We shall see. And we are seeing mentions of ice sculptures. I'm pretty sure that'll be ready for December. It definitely kind of sounds like something you'd want ready for December. We shall see. Then we also happen to have the likes of a brand new weapon being worked on, a 4-shot mini crossbow. Okay, how does that work? I don't know. How many bullets does it shoot? I don't know. Arrows. And over to here, blowpipe's been mentioned again. The reason why I bring this up is because there was like quite a long time since it was mentioned, but I can't help but assume it's probably getting ready because I can't help but assume the jungle stuff might be ready soon enough. And here we have a mention for a jungle building skin. So we've seen mentions of panthers, tigers, jungle ivy, the jungle monument, the ziggurat. It's all been mentioned. When's it going to get released? I don't know, but I can't help but assume they're going to announce it just before the end of the year. So jungle biome, when will it be announced? Time's ticking. Come on, Facebook, hurry up. Right, so what did I mean when I said Twitch Rivals event? As I hop over to here, there you go. For December, we're going to have another Twitch Rivals event, much like last year, and it looks like the first actual skin has been, uploaded to the workshop. We're getting a Team Rocket rocket launcher. And if you want to get a good look at that, please consider watching my rust rotation video. I probably have a short video showcasing it as well. But yeah, get a good look at that. It has a glow-in-the-dark aim sight. And that would most likely be okay, because of course, with the likes of the Blue Gem AK-47 that you see right here, apparently its glow-in-the-dark aim sight's getting removed. Yeah, I've been informed of that. Not sure if it's definitely going to happen, but it's been mentioned. I think it is happening. So I've showcased that off more than enough. Cool. So this is the November batch, and next month, December batch. And that's it. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it, and have a lovely weekend. See ya.